we've been now in a workshop for 2 weeks or 1.5 weeks on the motion bank topic. It was actually 5 sessions, and my first question would be, what could you sum up things you visited through the motion bank, like your very personal memory, your very personal sum up? That we also.
So for me, it gave me really this possibility to get into the technology part that I never really approached before. For example, I knew already this program that Maersk India was using to create, but I didn't know that Foresight also used this program. I already knew the one a little bit from Deborah Hay and Steve Paxton, but many things that we went through and that we saw, I had no idea about it, and I found it very interesting, but in a way it felt that it was more about documenting than being able to develop somewhere. Maybe all those programs, it feels that they are tools to document, but I don't know how much they can evolve. And I mean, I found it's already really good to know that they exist and that one can use it or even research on it. Yeah, and I really enjoyed to apply it practically in space.
Could you imagine to go further with one of the tools, and how, and what would you choose, and how would you use it?
I think I would use, let me go through a little bit. I really like the mapping that the counterpoint is creating, for example, but this, I think you can do it with many tools, many different tools. What did we have else? No, I think I would actually work more with video and try to document my work more in order to not to forget, basically, and to have a visual memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you see that as a digital tool? Could you, like, if you work with video, could you see it as, this is also how Steve Paxton worked, or how to analyze, for example, the video to give more.
Yeah, I think I would. Okay, I would maybe do really like random, not random, but more like documentation during rehearsal that are maybe not that interesting, but actually what I'm thinking is that maybe within time one can see the development.
Yeah.
Maybe through this maybe raw material of rehearsal, and by watching again over and over, seeing what I've been doing and going through the time, maybe something will come out of it that I didn't realize before.
Okay, so as I understand you, this was one of the important things, like that documentation could help you in your artistic process. I have one more question. What were like moments during the 5 days that you really felt like, wow, now I'm learning something, or what was a key moment for you? Where did you felt like, wow, this I didn't know before, and this is new to me?
Right, I need to go through what we've done.
Yeah.
I mean, almost pretty much everything. I mean, yes, what we saw yesterday it was Lisa Nelson, right?
Nancy Stark-Smith.
No, Nancy Stark-Smith. This was really astonishing, this kind of interactive conferences where she gives tasks to make improvisations and stuff like this. I really did not know, and I found it really interesting that they really developed it into something, in a tool.
Yeah.
I just need maybe to explore it a little bit more, because we went really fast into it, and I still don't really know what it is, how, if they do it often, if it was only within a festival, or if she's continuing to do this.
Okay.
This would be interesting to me.
Yeah, I think it was new to her, because I took a workshop with her also 2 years ago, and there she teached us the notion of the underscore, and we went through it.
Yeah.
And I think now she tried to do it through the internet.
Through the internet.
Which was kind of fun. Yeah. So for me, I still like. What about working with one specific tool? Do you think, what do you gain? Like, for example, when we worked with the how it's called again, the
counterpoint.
The counterpoint tools. Like, how was that for you to be very practical and see like all the afterwards the different approaches to one tool, like what we did in the second year, I think.
How was it for me to see how the people use the tool?
Yeah.
I found it really nice, because actually there are like thousands of possibilities to use the same tool.
Yeah.
So it's again this very nice thing that with the same thing we can do different things, like to make different out of the same, which I find like really, really interesting. How also the people are approaching it. How is it talking to their imagination? Are they more concrete? Are they more using movement? Are they more going into space? Or does it give them the feeling to draw something else, or to write something else? Yes, everybody has a different approach that I found really interesting. And what I also really enjoyed is that it feels that anybody can do anything and no one can judge. No one can say this was the right way to use this tool. So this I really enjoy also. Even it's also good for yourself as a creator, that you can say, okay, anyway, there is no right way to use the tool.
Yeah.
So you also get rid of this doubting and judging.
Yeah. It gets more.
Yeah. It becomes really an experiment.
And how about the weekend? About Motion Bank, the weekend you have in front of you. Do you feel like you want to discover something specific, or how are you going towards it?
Yes, I'm curious. I'm really curious. I don't know how much information I can take more, but
okay.
I will try to make space in my brain.
Okay.
But no, I'm really, really curious. I'm really curious to see also other choreographers that also developed their own project together with technology.
Wow, it's a pending skill. Good.